Hello everybody, welcome to another day of Albion Online. We are just going to come over here and we are going to be unlocking a legendary weapon, or at least the weapon that we're planning to do. So we finally found a tier of 5.4 today. It was 2.5 million. So we bought it and we recuperated some of our losses by doing farming and did the farming offline. Now what we're going to do over here is we're literally going to come over here and we are going to turn this weapon into an artifact weapon. You only need 6 of these siphon energies, 6 of these Avalonian energy, and this is all that we need to do for tier 5.4. Now if I was going to do a tier 8, if you look right here, I need 100 of these and 100 of these. Plus it would cost you 6 million to do a tier 8. Now I'm not going to do my tier 8 because tier 8 I only can do in black zones and red zones. So here I'm just going to do my tier 5.4 and I'm going to awaken this one for just 300,000. So awaken, pay the money. And there we go. So I'll figure out the rest later, but what I wanted to do next on top of this is I wanted to figure out only pristine weapons. This is a pristine. Okay, so this is not a weapon. I wanted to check to see if this was a weapon. It's not a weapon. Is a torch a weapon? Do I have a tier 4 torch? That's a good question. Anyways, over here you can see there's traits here. This needs to be different levels in order for this to actually work. I can add a trait, upgrade trait. You can use focus points. Oh, that just returns silver. Okay. Well, each trait, attunement. I don't know. We'll figure out the rest later. But here, now we have a legendary artifact weapon. You see how it's now semi-glowing, shining? We're gonna figure out the rest here as we go, because a tier 5 can be actually leveled up in our Gorge, which is where we're gonna go. Now, I know I don't have my normal audience and my normal fans that are watching it this time, but just got home from work and I wanted to test this out. I'm gonna go grab a torch to see if a torch can actually be upgraded. I want to see if do I even have a tier 4 tool. Do I have one? Maybe it's in a bank. Maybe it's in the bank. It's probably in the bank. Only weapons. But is a torch considered a weapon? I'm going to assume that a torch is not considered a weapon. Probably not. I'm over here doing.
Ready to leave?
Let's go back to Fort Sterling.
Let's go.
From here. Let's go to the bank. And what we need to do here is we need to start making our money, because I got 12 days and I got to be at 50 million. So, or at least that was the goal. I don't know if I'll ever make that goal, but maybe I won't make it because I spent all this money on all those shape-shifting weapons and everything. And it just might not work the way that I want it to. But that's okay. Alright, now that that's done there, let's come up here. Let's test this out. Is a torch considered a weapon? Okay, so no, it is not. But now what I want to do is I want to see if I can level this thing up. It's basically 300 item power less than my tier 8. Well, more than 300 item power. But we'll see how this goes. I'm not faction flagged, as you can see, because I did my farming. Let's just go faction flag real quick. Back and forth, back and forth. Running back to do our faction flagging. See if we can get anything tonight. Chances are actually pretty good to get actual chests or other things in here. Now I know I have my torch in there. Let's see how this goes. Honestly, I kind of want to wear my torch. Let's do my torch. Let's do damage. I know that Zay's doing his prowler thing. I didn't like the shape-shifting stats as much as I should have liked it. Good morning! Good morning, Cobius J. Visenberg. I literally just turned this one into an artifact weapon. It's attuned to me. We're gonna see how much legendary we can make this. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this all works. We now have a legendary, and we're gonna make it up to. Somehow now I gotta grind. I gotta grind as much as I can to make back as much money as I can, because I just spent a ton of money, and I'm back down to 22 million, and only got 12 days before my time's up. So now it is a grind. But now we have at least artifact weapon. You can see it's glowy-ish. It can supposedly level up here, or at least that's what my brother told me. Okay, I am getting legendary points. Okay, we're gonna eat some roast pork. Let's see how many chests we can get. Put my torch back on, so we're gonna do damage. And with the torch, I have far more faster cooldown, so should be good. But Cobius J, where's J.V. Rensenberg? How you doing today? I had a nice long day at work. I saw you spent a lot of weapons. I was like, that's a lot of money. Yeah, well, you know, I did it for... Honestly, I wouldn't have spent it, because if you check the market now, today, just literally one day later, it's way cheap. Everything's cheaper. But I spent it for first look, right? For those viewers or those fans that wanted to see the weapons of first impressions, I did it for them. But I probably am not even going to use them. Because, I mean, I will use them, but I'm probably not going to use those exact weapons. I'll wait till the price saturates better and buy like tier 6, tier 7s of them. Almost probably for the same millions. But it's all good. I'm purposely killing stuff to level up my legendary artifact weapon. I spent 2.5 million on this thing, and I turned it into an artifact just now. Haha, just woke, gonna drink some coffee now and finish up to go to work. Yeah, I can understand that. I only just got home from work. So. But, you know, I didn't normally come back home from work and play Albion online, but I really wanted to test out this artifact weapon. And so that's the main reason I'm even doing this right now. So I really wanted to test this out. But I hope you have a good day at work there, Cobius J. Resberg. Alright. Has it even leveled up? What is it at? How can I tell? Okay, attunement. 1.973. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Let's do chest hunting. We'll find better things at boss hunts. We'll just boss hunt. And then we'll fight the mobs that we normally fight. At least try to. So these mobs I do normally try to fight, and I'm trying to level up. I would grab those mobs too, but I don't have my... Maybe I should just grab those mobs anyways. I'm thinking about it. I still have my wrong helmet on. Dave, you can just say Cobius. No need to say mine. Okay, well, Cobius, thanks for making it shorter for me. Grab this. Alright, we're chest hunting, and we're boss hunting, and we're trying to get fame, and we're trying to level up. This new legendary artifact weapon. Or whatever you want to call it. Ooh, there's a boss in the middle. Perfect. Sprint, sprint, sprint. I mean, this is 300 item power and less than what I'm normally used to wearing. Plus, I don't have the shield on, so we'll see how this goes. Let's drop aggro right here. Let's step this up right here. Let's hope I don't aggro that. We'll find out here in a second. Okay, did. Made it. Enough damage done already. I'm going to grab both the wizards. That's a chest. I saw a player, that's why I'm not going to even risk it. I want this chest because I am money farming. I gotta get the money, and I'm also trying to get the fame. And to make the money back. Oh, I hit by the archer. It's okay. Got him. Alright. This is a tuning. Pretty nice. Let's see how much. Well, 127k. Perfect. I mean, you can do early morning or you can do late evening for the US if you're on the US server, if you're trying to get chests and everything. So it all works out. I just haven't been playing at nighttime. So normally I play in the morning and then later in the night. Now this is almost a tune for, I don't know, the next one, and then it gets a legendary rating. So, interesting. Half inventory. We still haven't gone northeast, so we're going to go northeast. Sprint. But Kobius, I understand the long days of work. Like I mentioned before in my previous streams, if for those that are watching, today, tomorrow, and the day after, I am extremely busy because I literally have to be on site to do work. So I won't be able to do as much as I want to do. Exactly when this is released, right? I would love to have been able to play this more and showcase more, but sometimes you can only do what you can do. Life happens. I'm purposely fighting these guys because they're worth a decent amount of fame. And I purposely have a tier 5.4 because it's the only place where I can level it up. Because I'm not planning to go into the black zone or the red zone with a tier 8 artifact weapon. That just doesn't resonate with me. You can see how it's a little bit shiny and it's a tuning. So we'll see how this goes. And then supposedly, from what my brother told me, there's a boss back there. Perfect. Go over here. I'll fight these guys just for the XP. I'll wait for some cooldowns as well, because I want my sprint back up. So it's 7 seconds anyways. Alright, the maximum attunement reached. What does that mean? Okay, does that mean I need to run back to go level it up? I don't know. But I got attuned to it, so I got the maximum attunement. Okay, so let's run. Should have changed the ability on this, but that's okay. Do that for right now. Keep running with the R key here. Get a little bit more life back. I really need to switch that out. Okay, this is gonna cloak, I know it is. That's fine, just keep going. Maybe we make it to that corner, maybe we don't. Don't really make it, but it's okay. We get the D key right here. We drop that off. Okay, so now I'm gonna wear this. I'm gonna wear the shield. I'm going to change this to this one. Makes it a little bit more tanky. We're gonna level up this as well with this. We're still, I don't know, this is not getting attunement anymore, so I don't know what I need to do unless I need to go back to town to redo it. That's my assumption. But let's get this chest first. We are money farming heavily. Which means now I need to start playing in the morning and in the evening. Just a little bit. What type of work do you do? What type of work do I do? How do I tell what type of work I do without... Let's just say I work with computers. I work in technology, I work in computers, I work in quality management system. and I work with yeah, I work with high tier clients. Let's put it that way. Okay. Those guys are gone. But hopefully that gives you enough information, Cobius. I always wanted to work in tech, but they always were like, "Oh," I always was telling myself, "Oh, you have to go to school for this. You have to do this and this." And I didn't really want to go to school because school is never my thing. Oh, nice! I have a job that nobody likes me. I'm a safety officer on a construction site. No, everybody likes the safety officer, Cobius. I don't know. I liked the safety officer when I worked electrical work, electrician. Tech is awesome. I do agree. I mean, coming from hard labor job and then going into the tech industry, I do it because I love it, right? I grew up with computers. I grew up with building computers. I grew up with all sorts of different tech. And then finally actually landing a job in tech really has learned me to appreciate my job even more compared to I mean, don't get me wrong. I love hard labor. I love construction work. But when you switch jobs from hard labor to a tech job, it really is a big difference. At least for your body and mentality and everything else. I guess the downside is you're not exercising as much in a tech job unless you actually go out to the gym or something. Something I don't actually do. I'm gonna have to eat a potion, or we'll just let the thing proc. Come on, cape proc. The purpose is trying to let it proc, but it's not procking. Okay, there we go. Now procced. Okay, we have no cape now. We only have a tiny bit more space, so we'll see what we can fit here. I know I don't have any more cape. I have my potion now, but that's fine. I used the cape purposely to get to where I wanted to go. Some more mana back. We're gonna grab that nightlight guy. Grab the R key now, W key here. E key, get a little bit more life. I know I have this knight. Get rid of this archer. Or at least try to. Grab these, W key myself. Get rid of that mage. I'm guessing I have to run back to redo the attunement, so there'll be a lot of back and forth to Fort Sterling, it looks like. So for those people that are just joining, I have a tier 5 legendary. It got attuned for the first level. I'm guessing it's just level 1 now. But for each level, you probably have to run back and reattune it. Or something, I don't know. I'm learning as I go. First impressions. I did no research. I have no idea. I only know what my brother told me this morning. Alright, good to go. I'm not going to spend effort on that chest right there. We got to do some other chests. We got a full loot. I'm literally grinding for money. I got 12 days to make it back to the 50 million. Only in blue zone, so we'll see what we do. Can't wait till I'm level up to do aesthetics. Like, a lot of fun. Aesthetics are a lot of fun. For the people that don't care for the black zones, red zone stuff. And I don't care for black zone, red zone currently because I'm enjoying what I'm doing here. Now, black zone and red zone, I'm not trying to tone down on anything. I guarantee it is fun. But it's not my type of level of fun because I'm just a working dad, right? I get to play 2 hours a day, maybe 4 hours a day at most, right? I don't get to play that much. I only get to play at small intervals here and there. I'm a working dad. I have to take care of my kid, I have to make sure cook him food, put him to bed, shower him, all that type of things. And I'm working. So I can only play when I can play, and I can do what I can do. Which I believe a lot of people that play video games are in the same boat. Right? And so how do you have the most amount of fun without rage quitting by playing in the Black Zone, soloing? I mean, solo Black Zone can be fun, but for me it's not enjoyable. There's too much stress involved. The Blue Zones, I still lose a ton of money anyways if I go down. So it's not like it's not a loss. So the loss is still real if you're losing 250,000 in silver every time you die in high tier gear. So the people that say you lose nothing in the blue zone, yellow zone is not true. Because if you go to the black zone, unless you're wearing a 250,000 in gear and 250,000 worth of loot, or whatever it is you get in the black zone, you're not losing anywhere near as much as I'm losing every time I go down. Same like me some days. I don't even have time to play, so I have only 4 million silver. Yeah, you know, you will all start off at some place. And I've had comments where like, oh, I'm in high tier gear. I've worked hard and farmed many hours to get my gear. I didn't spend any real money and no real money for my gear. And I also spent real time with the silver that I bought, because I always buy my silver, my premium with silver. And so my other 2 accounts that I had, I paid silver for their premium. But that's obviously back in the day when it was more affordable. Now with 20 million to just pay for premium, that's crazy. And I paid 23 million for mine. And I live streamed that too. So right now it's 19 million. It went down. Price is going down. Should buy 30 days right now for 19 million. That's what I should do. We'll see if the price drops even more. If it drops down to like 18 million, that'd be something. 19 million right now for premium. That's not bad. It's the lowest I've seen it yet. Alright. Now that I've awakened this weapon, and now that it's attuned to me, how do I add a trait? Okay, add trait. Each attempt to replace a trait. I don't need to worry about that. Focus point. Add a trait. Oh, okay. Crowd control duration, auto attack range. Crowd control duration. I want auto attack range. That seems nice. Oh, I can replace the trait. New trait, auto attack. Okay, what is this? Upgrade. Auto attack range. I want to see what to replace. Attunement. Okay, well, let's upgrade. I want item power is what I want. Upgrade. Silver cost 26,000, global discount. I don't know, whatever, upgrade. I don't know what it's doing. Okay. It cost me attunement to do that. Okay. Auto attack range, okay. Revert the regular enchantment level 4 item. I don't want to do that. How do I do more damage? I want more damage. I'm going to hit this replace button and see what it does. 57,000. Okay, we'll do it just to see what it does. Item power, that's what I want. This is what I want. Ability damage. Wait, that sounds even better. Mob fame. Item power or ability damage? What do you guys think? They both look good. I want both. But it looks like it can get more traits later. So I think item power is where I want to go first. So I'm going to go item power. And I'm going to upgrade that for sure. So 58,000, sure. It's costing me attunement points. Okay, that's cool. How many attunement points do I got? Okay, 34,000 attunement. Okay, well, can I upgrade it again? Alright, I need to go get more attunement. This is gonna be costly to upgrade this thing over and over again, but we're gonna do it. I want to increase its item power to be higher than this one. So the item power is now 1649. Hopefully I can just keep upgrading this thing and go all the way. We'll see what happens. Item power and ability power. That sounds nice. I have no idea what all the other things are. We'll roll them as we get there. Legendary rating 7. So I get to get this legendary rating higher, probably level 35 or something. I saw in the test server to upgrade EXD will cost a lot of silver. Yeah, it probably is going to cost me a ton of silver, but we'll see what happens. I'm leveling it up. This is my main weapon. And I'm leveling it up where I want to level it up, which is here in the blue zone. So you cannot level up a tier 6, tier 7, or tier 8 here in the blue zone or the yellow zone. My brother told me those are considered lethal. I don't know why I'm going southeast. I'm going to go south, northwest. And because they're considered lethal, it doesn't work that way. Hold on a second. Alright, I'm chest hunting here. I don't have a ton of time to play. I will have to get off soon. But, oh, there's another boss back there. So, nighttime playing for me and early morning time playing for me seem to be better. There's a chest there too. We're going to go for the boss first though. The boss is worth fame, and the fame is what I want. And the boss has a chest. And the boss should definitely have a better chance of dropping better loot. So we'll go for that boss first. I'm not wearing the correct helmet. Get rid of these guys first. More time I spend fighting, someone else could get the chests. Just do damage. Okay, let's wear the healing helmet. Keep going. Sprint. Okay, W key. E key. Let's go for this boss. Gonna go right into it. Not even gonna worry. We hit the R key now. We do more damage. We heal ourselves back up. W key here. I know I have the 4 seconds on the E key. We're gonna hit E key now. Sure, hit both these guys. W key on me again. Sprint. This might not be good. I at least want to kill the boss. That knight's doing too much damage. Okay, the boss is down. It's still. I wanted to kill the boss before it cloaked, in case it did cloak. Okay, good. Just touch the chest. Get that single rat that's always missed. Get rid of this guy. Alright, blue chests. I want to get rid of this torch, I think. Put it back. 275,000. That's not bad. Mainly because of this cloak. Okay, we'll run back. We're also going to switch up our farming too. So for those that have been watching or watching my streams, I know I don't always stream my farming, but we're going to be switching everything to corn. I'm using all my focus points for corn. I'm selling my corn crop. I'm not even saving it to make my money back. So to even make back what I bought for this, because I bought this for 2.5 million, I sold a whole bunch of corn. My leftover corn to make back 2 million worth in corn. Yeah, that chest is still there. Awesome. Let's go for it. I should have switched my helmet, but it's okay. I'm rushing. RK here. Okay, W key now, E key, damage and health. We'll get rid of this archer. One archer down, we'll take the next archer now. Okay, now just focus this swordsman. Alright, make sure we actually grab that book too. 33,000, okay, not bad. Grab this as well. Inventory's half full, that's not bad. Okay, now we need to go southwest, because we went northeast, but we gotta go southwest. What I wanted to check is I want to check this. What is the 2-min at? So only 6,000 and 6,000? So I can get up to 34,000 just for more attunement. Okay. Is it item power percentage or is it straight up item power? 7.81 item power. I wonder if there's a max. Does anybody know on the stream if there's a max? My brother said there was no, he doesn't think there's a max, but there might be a max to that. If the max is only 100 item power, that's not really that worth it. So I wonder what if there is an actual max. There's another chest right there, I see it. So if we need to recall out to get that one, we will, if there's no bosses back here. Run, 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 run. Heal, E. Well, we'll do R. We'll save E. Yes, there is a max. Well, that's not good. Makes me wonder if it's even worth leveling up this. Let's get some life back. W key, E key. Run, run, run. Alright, no bosses. So we're gonna wait right here. We're gonna recall out. We're gonna go for that chest that we know we saw. And if there is a max... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Icky. I'm not sure how much is the max. Yeah, it'd be nice to know, because if this item power only is 100 item power, I mean, yes, it goes up a whole tier. But is that worth it? Oh, there's a boss up there. Let's go for that boss. Far more important than going for the chest. While we run for this, let's put this back on. There we go. Definitely gotta level up that cleric coil. Damage, damage, damage. It's blue chests. Awesome. 69,000. Still have room for more. Let's make it back down. Put the healing helmet back on. See how far we can make it. We're making it pretty far, then we can sprint right now. Okay, there's another chest to the southeast side. So we're gonna see if it's there. It may still be right here. Maybe. It's still there. You see it? Still there? So we're going for that one right now. Somebody killed the rats here, so someone might be here already. And no, they're not. Drop this egg over here. Switch this back to this one. Because I'm trying to level that up. If I ask between static and blue dungeons, what gives better loot? If I ask between static and blue dungeons. It really depends there, Cobius J. Risenberg. So, tier 4 blue dungeons can sometimes give you good loot. Honestly, in my own personal opinion, if you can do static dungeons as fast as I'm doing them, as you see how I'm doing it, this is going to be better loot. Now, I purposely pushed them away, so I'm an idiot. Am I even going to get one? I didn't even get one. Let's put on the main set. Let's not play with this. This is more loot because I can go back to Fort Sterling really quickly and sell off my entire full loot. Where once you're in a group dungeon or blue dungeons or whatever it is you're doing, and wherever you are in those blue dungeons to make them, first you have to go find them, right? You have to go find the blue dungeon. Then whatever loot you carry, then you have to carry it back out. And the biggest problem is carrying it back out and doing it. And or you get into the dungeon and you feel like, oh, I need to get to the last boss. You spend more time fighting bosses, and the bosses do not give as much fame. What I mean by as much fame is, you see right here, each one of these static mobs give a good amount of fame. And if you're talking about money, what's more important is actual fame. So time to effort and fame. Fame and silver go hand in hand, but you may make more or seem like you make more per chest if you do group dungeons or whatever dungeon you're planning to do, but you'll spend more time running to go do it, running to come out, and so time to effort, this is more. If you can land chests. So you see how I'm getting chests back to back and back? Where like if you played Saturday and Sunday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, as you notice some of my live streams, I say you get no chest, and you notice how I come down here and I still check, and I can't get any chest or boss. That is the time where you should do group dungeons, and that's normally what I switch up. On the weekends, if I'm really actually into Albion Online and that's my only game and I'm playing it, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I don't come down here to static dungeons. I don't even attempt it, because I know I'm going to get nothing, and my time to effort is going to be wasted. So that's where I'll go do group dungeons, and then you're making more. But here on a work day, like today, on Tuesday or Monday or Wednesday or Thursday or whenever it is, you can see I'm getting all the chests. And if you can land all the chests and land all the bosses, this is more profitable. But unless you can land them all, then I would say go do group dungeons, group content, or something like that. Which happens a lot, right, on a busy time. And it really depends on what server you're on, what time of day you're playing. For me, these are my times, right? I only play 2 to 4 hours a day at most. Usually it was only 2 hours a day. I'm probably going to be doing 4 hours a day because I got to make back up to the 50 million. And so the 2 hours I can play in the morning and 2 hours I can play in the evening time like I'm doing now. This is where the time that I can play and where it's most valuable to me. So Cobius, I know you're going to be going to work soon, or maybe you already are on your way to work. Your time zone's different. Your time to play is different. So you have to test to see when you can get chests, when you can get bosses if you're doing static content, and when are the busy times and when are not busy times. And you have to do it every single, well, you don't have to do it every single day, but you have to know what days are good and what days are bad. And I know for me, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, for the times that I play, it's really bad for me to come here to static dungeons, so I don't tend to do them. Or if I go for the times that I play, right, because I only play 2 to 4 hours a day, and that would be spend my time more wisely to go do group dungeon, or even black zone, red zone would probably be more profitable than trying to come down to the statics. If you've seen my streams during Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you notice I get very little money. My brother just got on. But we're going to do a little bit more attunement. Hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully that gave you a rough idea. So that the answer is not this is determined, right? There's no black zone or anything like that. I never determined that. It's all about when you play and what works for you. Because there's a lot less people on right now for me here when I'm playing at the time I'm playing. How much was the greatest loot from the chest in static? 1.86 million or something like that there. Bakata, it's literally in one of the shorts. I have it in a short as well as in a live stream. And that's just one single chest. That's not including all the things that the boss dropped or anything like that. Like the boss, I think, dropped 225,000, and then the chest dropped 1.86. So if you combine them together, it's a lot. They're hardly chests when I play. The Bridgewatch aesthetic's always full. Bridgewatch is the most busiest place in Albion Online on the US West server. So if you're looking to do what I'm doing and you're looking to get the most value, you may want to think about either doing something else or different statics or going to another different faction just to do that. I've never gone to Bridgewatch. I can't Bridgewatch. I don't even know what to say about Bridgewatch because I've literally never played in a single zone around Bridgewatch. So asking me about Bridgewatch content or anything around it, I wouldn't be able to give you any good advice. Is it true after the maintenance the chest drops are better? It is true that after the maintenance window the chests have a chance to be better. Bakata Mitov. And if you see some of my other streams, it's called Early Morning. I have at least 3 of them, and on all 3 of them I get over 1 million chests because they're early morning chest runs. Literally about 2 to 3 hours after the maintenance window on the US West server, and you will see the drops. And the drops would be even better if you did it right after the maintenance. Those were just chests like 2 or 3 hours after the maintenance. And I have live streams of them, literally, I think it's like 2-hour gameplay on each one. If you're looking to see exactly what you can get, those streams, and I'll tell you what day I'm playing on, right? Usually is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are the best days for me at my time zone just after maintenance, so we'll get something. In the Fort Sterling area around Marwar Gorge and Penuchev. Those are the 2 that I usually do all the time. So right after the maintenance window, I do those, and I normally score decent loot. Not all the time, because if you've seen, if you watch some of my other previous streams that I have, you'll notice that different times, and if you play at different times, not early morning, not after the maintenance window, then maybe you don't. And again, remember, it's just a chance. There's no guarantee. It's also based on, have you looted those chests within the last 24 hours? So Albion changed the code on purpose for people like me who had camp chests. And if you camp chests too often and you loot chests multiple times in the same area zone in under 24 hours, your loot chance drops significantly. So you take that into account too. So if you're looking to loot something, go to different areas and constantly cycle through them. Because if you loot the same chest within a 24-hour period in the same area, your loot chance drops, even though there's a maintenance window. So if you're constantly camping a chest over and over and over again, take that into account as well. Oh, look at this, possible traits. Okay, ability damage, auto attack range, auto attack speed, auto attack damage, cast time reduction. Item power is cool. Item power can only go up to 120. Lifesteal, what? I want this. I want lifesteal. Defense versus all. Alright, item power. Okay, so the max item power that I can get this weapon to with item power is not as high as I want. So even though this is a tier 5 and it can be legendary, this would only go up 120, so this would be 176. The max armor rating is 176, so that's not even get close to this. But the cool thing on here would be the lifesteal. You see this? That's cool. Okay, that's a great question, Bakata Mitov, and I've answered it many times, but I'll answer it again here. The Shadow Collar staff does not have the ability to heal. It does not have the ability to root, and you can't do group content. If I switch to the Shadow Caller staff, which I'm not specialized in, it would take me months of time to level up all of Shadow Caller and everything else. Shadow Caller only does damage. You cannot be a group leader, you cannot be a tank. And here is a nature staff. If you see some other content, I tank for groups, I heal for groups. I like healing. I purposely wanted to be a healer. I purposely chose nature staff as my main, and I stuck with nature staff through the whole thing. If you look right here, I don't just have 120 in nature staff. I have level 100 in every single one of the other nature staffs. This gives me 20 extra power item, another 20 extra power, that's 40 extra item power. This gives me another 10 extra power items. So this is 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. With all these extra staffs level at 100, that's extra 80 item power. Every 100 item power is a whole nother tier up. So literally I am a whole nother tier up because of this. Plus nature staff. This nature staff out of all the other nature staffs with the E key, if you look right here on the E key, this E key does multiple things. With my Q key, when I have 3 thorn charges on them, I hit my E key, I do damage. See right there, 654 magic damage. And I root any players for 4.24 seconds. This is huge when it comes to either doing PvP and or hitting other things. There is no limit to how many characters or how many players or how many mobs you can hit with this. So not only is it a heal, it's a damage, it's a snare. The Circle of Life also works in tandem with another thing as well. When I'm doing PvP healing in a group or with my other friends, if I have 3 rejuvenation charges on them and I hit Circle of Life, I heal for 732 health. On top of, I'm also constantly healing them with rejuvenation. The Shadow Caller can never heal. The Shadow Caller can never do group content the same that the Nature Staff can. Yes, the Shadow Caller is a better damage dealer. Yes, the Shadow Caller is better at PvP and doing constant damage over time. But the Shadow Caller does not have the same versatility that the Nature Staff has with the type of content that I like to do. Hopefully that answers your question there, Bakata Mitov. Now there's many other reasons why I also use the Nature Staff over the Shadow Caller, but those are some of the biggest points of why I use the Nature Staff. And why, even though people advise me to use a Shadow Caller, I'm not going to switch over and spend the months to level up all of these to level 100. That will take me a long time. Yes, I could get Shadow Caller to level 100, but I would still not be as powerful as the way that I like to play with my content. And I still like to heal, I still like group content, and that's why I like to do Nature Staff. And I have tried the Shadow Caller, I have another account, and I have leveled up the Shadow Caller. And to me, it's not as enjoyable because I can still do very similar things with the Nature Staff. It is not as powerful, it doesn't do as much damage. I will happily admit that. It just doesn't have the same versatility. Okay? And I'll happily answer the question again if anybody asks. I didn't switch my gear back. Anyways, we're gonna make our way down here. We're gonna log out on a boss. I do have to wrap it up. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being here. And thank you all for supporting me, or at least being up late for some or early for others. So if you enjoyed this content, please feel free to smash the like button. Helps me out a ton. Helps push out this content to other people, bring awareness to it, and help push it out. Now there's a boss over there, so I'm actually still gonna do that boss. If you like, please feel free to leave me a comment down below. Tell me what, there's another chest over there. There's lots of chests. I wish I could play longer. Usually I would try to play at least 2 hours, but I do have to wrap things up because it is late. I have a long day tomorrow, a very long day. I already have a ton of things scheduled, so we'll do what we can with what we got. Yeah, leave me a comment down below. Tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like, especially what you don't like, so that I can learn and become better and create you better content. If you have not already, please feel free to subscribe. If you don't want to subscribe, that's okay as well. Come back once a week or once a month, check out what content I have, and or come back daily because I am streaming daily. I even stream multiple times a day a lot of times. But please take into account that I don't just play Albion Online. It wasn't my main game. It may be my main game for a little bit here now. Just because I got a grind and I've made that goal for the 12 days, I want to be back up to the 50 million without going to any black zones, without going to any red zones, literally just doing the content that I'm doing here. And yes, sometimes it can be boring, but I explain it. I explain the days, I explain when I'm playing, and all that. I was so focused on your stream, and now I gotta run as well. Oh, don't be late for work there, Kobus. And thanks for spending your time with me. Thanks for definitely spending your time with me. And sorry that you're late for work. I'm gonna admit I've done that more than once myself. Luckily, I don't have to go into the office every day anymore. I get to work from home because I purposely worked hard to get a job like this. So, but tomorrow and the day after, I have to go in and I have to work. I don't get to do it all the time, but I do. Anyways, we're gonna clear this guy out. We're gonna get this chest. The other thing too, Bakata Mitov, if you're still here, you'll also notice in some of my live streams, I've also gotten legendary chests down here, and the legendary chests have also had decent amount of loot. They don't always have the best loot, but they have decent loot. And I have a decent amount of live streams as well as shorts and other content that show me getting those chests. Like this chest right here, it could be a green, which very likely it is because I've looted this multiple times in under the 24-hour period. Or it could be something else. I'm going to touch the chest and grab that bigger guy. Yard key here. Okay. And once we get this, we are going to call it a night. But without premium loot, not so good. Yes, without and I also showcased that as well. So if you do this without premium, it's just a green chest. Because again, I've looted this under the 24-hour period, so. Alright, just 27k, that's okay. Now I know there's another chest, but this is where we're going to call it. So again, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being here. You all have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, morning, whatever time zone it is. Thank you all again for watching. You all have a wonderful rest of your day.